Alfie time. It's Alfie time.
Watch it.
Hello and welcome to the Decent Wrestling Show, and welcome to the third edition of my Q&A series. Let's get right into it because I don't know how long this could be. So, first question from @IngredientXKim. What style of wrestling do you prefer to watch? Technical, high-flying, etc.? The style of wrestling that I usually tend to go towards is more of a storytelling type of wrestling. Like high flying is cool, but it can get tiresome if it's just doing flips for no reason, really. Technical wrestling can also be done well, but a lot of times it can also be quite boring if it's just like 20 minutes of technical wrestling. It just doesn't interest me at all. So like a mix-up of everything is usually best if you just mix it up in a match and tell a story, which is what really invests me in a match. So I'd say storytelling for that. At Krusty Ruffles, is a hot dog a sandwich? I would assume so. I mean, it's two buns with food inside it. Like, I guess that's a sandwich, technically. So yes. At Barrock Zero, how many portraits do you have? So I had to count this, and it's quite a lot actually. I have 251 physical portraits and 104 digital portraits. So overall, I have 355 portraits, which is quite a lot, to be honest. Quite a lot more than I thought. I thought I had like 150, but not 350. And I got more on the way, so that's always fun. Let's see. At Azumi, if I can say it. Next, at Azumi season underscore. Favorite football match ever? That's a hard question, but I've limited it down to 5 that really stand out to me. It could be the 4-all draw with Arsenal in like 2008. I believe David Bentley scored an absolute world-class goal from like near the halfway line, and then I believe we went 4-2 down, and then in the 89th minute, Jermaine Genius scored quite a good goal from outside the box, and then last second, Modric hits the post, ball comes out to Lennon, and he taps in the rebound in the last seconds of the match. Absolute excellent moment. Even if we didn't win the game, it felt like a win after that. Then it could be a game that we didn't even win, but I guess we technically won on because it was the second leg. We won 1-0 in the first leg, then played away from home, and it was the Man City one where I think we instantly went behind 1-0, and then we instantly scored a equaliser. Then we instantly scored to make it 2-1, and then they scored to make it 2-2, and then they scored again to make it 3-2 after like 30 minutes. It was insanity. But you're on the edge of the seat for the whole match, because basically if Man City scored, it was over. Then I believe they did score. They went 4-2 up. Then we scored. Was it? Either way, it was 4-3 by like the 80th plus minute till the 90th minute. 4-3. If Man City scored, they go through. And I think in the last minute, Sterling scored, and everyone's Tottenham heart broke until VAR came in and showed that Aguero was offside in a build-up, and it got ruled out, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious because Sterling was all gloating about how he scored the winner, and then he realises that, oh wait, no, it doesn't count, and you're eliminated, mate. It's hilarious. Another game was the Keys will love this one, the 6-1 win over Man United just you think after 2 minutes, a penalty for Man United, oh, it's going to be this type of game. But then we to end up winning 6-1 and just absolutely destroying their defence was so much fun to see, and it's always great to see Man United get humbled. It could be the 2-1 win over Chelsea in 2008. Woodgate scoring a winner, but that was a very boring game, even if we won a trophy from it. But I think it's going to go with the Ajax-Tottenham game, the 3-2 win for us, where we went 2-0 behind, 3-0 in aggregate. We needed to score 3 goals without conceding anything. Hugo Lloris made some excellent saves in that. Lucas Moura scores a double. You think, we just need one more. They hit the post a couple of times, I think. And then, like in the 89th minute, Hugo makes an absolutely terrific save. And then in the last seconds of the game, Sissoko bangs the ball right up. Just hits Llorente, because that's what as Llorente does. He has no skill. The ball just sort of hits off him at some points and goes in good places. Went to Ali, tipped it on to Lucas, last second of the match. And we went through to the Champions League final. And nothing happened after that. So it'll probably be that one. Favourite football player ever? Well, I have one that it's between 2 people. One retired, one current. So retired would be Ledley King. One of the best defenders, if not the best defender in Premier League history. Never gets talked about enough for how good he was. I'm pretty sure I've heard Drogba and Henry talk about how he's probably, if not the best, one of the best defenders they've ever played against. And I still go back to that Arjen Robben tackle where Robben's through on goal and Ledley King runs from the halfway pitch all the way and gets the ball perfectly. And that's the thing about Ledley King, is he never gets yellow carded, never commits a foul, always perfect tackles. Terrific player. And currently it would be Harry Kane, because it's Harry Kane. He's the best striker in the world right now. And you can't really debate that. I mean, he scores, he assists, he clears, he creates chances, he does everything. And don't give him this stuff about Lewandowski being the best. Yes, he scores goals, but it's the Bundesliga, come on. Let's be honest. Who is the best Stardom wrestler, and why is it Azumi? Well, it's not Azumi. It's Julia. I mean, she is the queen of Stardom. Everyone should love Julia. Favourite song? My favourite song comes from my favourite artist, Michael Jackson. And my favourite song is You Rock My World from the Invincible album. Just love the beat of that song. The chorus gets stuck in your head. The build up towards the end, it's amazing. Everything about that song is amazing. But don't know why I just love like the dings in the background. Just sounds amazing. Everything in that song so smooth. Favorite type of cheese? I don't know, cheddar probably. I guess. Mainly because I can't think of any other types of cheese. Favorite animal? Has to be a dog. I have 2 dogs. Reggie and Penny. So definitely dogs. Dogs my favourite. Way better than cats. Except for Haruna Neko, of course. And now Kakita. Mini keys. Favourite Momo Watanabe match? I guess it would be the one against Jungle Kyona. Back when Momo was good. I said what I said. Yeah, I think people know by now I'm not the biggest Momo fan, but she did have a good run in 2018-19. But since then it's been a bit downhill for her in her wrestling skills, and I'd say the Kyona one probably the best. Favorite rock band? So that's tough because rock. So I got a pop rock band. I've narrowed that down to 3, and for like a metal rock, I've limited that down to 2. So for Metal Rock, I've got Metallica and Love Bites. I'd probably go with Love Bites. They just never miss, Love Bites don't. Honestly, if you've never listened to Love Bites, I think you really should check them out. Terrific band. And if for pop rock, I got it down to 3. I got Skillet, Shinedown, and Nickelback. I'd probably, if I had to eliminate 2 and just pick one, I'd probably keep around Nickelback.
Huh?
Just because they're one of the first bands I heard, so it's very nostalgic, and I'm a sucker for a catchy hook, and they are very good at those. So I'm gonna go with Nickelback, and that's probably the most controversial thing I've said today. At our Selam, probably saying that wrong. Why do you like MJ so much? Because he's the greatest of all time. Simple as. He is the greatest entertainer of all time. Terrific human being. Just a legend all round. As a person, as a singer, as a dancer, as an artist. Just everything. He's just the best. Simply. No debate. Can you make up a dream storyline involving your favourite wrestlers? I have thought about this before, and I believe I said it on Twitter ages ago. But Senna Shiori coming to Stardom, and she joins Stars. You know, she's all goody-goody. She joins Stars. She continues losing all her matches. You know, she's not really going anywhere. She's just losing and losing. And eventually you get to this point where, let's say, Mayu's the champion, and she's facing Julia, right? And for the red belt. And the referee gets knocked down after like 20 minutes into the match. Referee gets knocked down. And all Stars and Donna Del Mondo start brawling. Except for Senna, who escapes the brawl, enters the ring, and looks like she's going to hit Julia on the head with a chair. But she turns and hits Mayu and betrays Mayu because Mayu must be betrayed at all times. And Julia wins the red belt. And Senna Shiori joins Donna Del Mondo. Then from then on, Senna in Donna Del Mondo starts picking up wins and wins the Future Stardom belt. And eventually you can build to Julia versus Senna Shiori. Well, of course, Senna Shiori winning the belt and becoming the biggest star in Joshi history. Right, final 2 questions from Circle Answer. What got you into Joshi wrestling? So what got me into Joshi wrestling was Kairi Sane in the Mae Young Classic in 2017. I heard she came from Stardom. That intrigued me. But it was never enough to make me go, I'm definitely going to go seek this out. I can't remember if I maybe watched 1 or 2 matches from Kairi in Stardom at that time. But it was always in the back of my mind that that's something I'm gonna need to get around to at some point. And then Io Shirai in the Mae Young Classic in 2018, and she also came from Stardom. And that got me thinking, as like, Kairi was awesome, she came from Stardom. Io was awesome, she came from Stardom. Maybe the Stardom is something that I need to check out. So I put that on my back burner of something I need to do in 2019. And around the summer of 2019, so I think before that, I was just like checking Reddit just to try and get into it and how to get into it. And then eventually I signed up to Stardom World in August of 2019 and started watching from like January 2019 onwards, and catching up. And yeah, that's how I got into Stardom to begin with. And from then on, in March 2020, I heard an interview with Maki Ito, and that intrigued me. She very intrigued me. Same with Kamyu, and they got me into TJPW, and that's where I found Senna. And from then on, I was like on Cage Match, and I was just looking up Joshi promotions, and I found Veni, and I was looking up what's her recent matches, and I believe it was against Mei Suruga on Chocopro 23, or was it 6? On early Chocopro show, it was Mei Suruga versus Veni. I checked that out, and that got me hooked into Choco Pro and Gata Move, and then I've got into Ice Ribbon. I watched a couple of Seedling matches and Sendai Girls matches here and there, and basically all of Joshi wrestling. That got me into it. Favorite wrestler of all time? The final question. My favorite wrestler of all time. I mean, it could be a lot of people. Could be Kairi Sane. It could be Daniel Bryan. It could be Triple H. So I originally wrote Triple H for this because he's the guy who got me into wrestling in the first place. You know, his badass promo at WrestleMania 22. But the more I think about it, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan is my favourite of all time because I was always into wrestling. You know, I got out of it in like 2009-ish, but then got back into it eventually. But I was never like super into wrestling after that. I was just like sort of following it. But the reason I got super into wrestling was because of Daniel Bryan in 2013. And that pushed me to become a bigger fan of wrestling. And I've been hooked ever since. So, and still thanks to Daniel Bryan. So, so if you hate me, blame it on him. Fair enough. A lot more content coming in the future with the MVs that I've posted on Twitter, and they'll come onto YouTube eventually. Maybe I'll do more reviews in the future, I'm not sure. They're quite annoying to do. But you never know. You never know. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so take care, like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff like that. And I guess arrivederci.
Have a nice day.